Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling the radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. I think CJ's around here someplace. He hasn't popped in yet, so he's running a little bit behind, but that's okay. We'll figure out what's up with that soon enough. We have the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad connected via the web. Vinny Two Tanks, Bubble Boy, Casey the Tobacco Nut, who seems to keep changing his name to the Pimp, or Cigar Pimp, which is inappropriate.
That was from the Dive God.
That was what?
The Dive God called me the Cigar Pimp.
Okay, well, that hasn't been officially accepted, and we're trying to keep things on the up and up. So you're still a nut in our world. Okay, so let's leave it at that for now. Maybe when it comes to the Dive God, you can be a cigar pimp, but that just sounds inappropriate there, Casey. So we're trying to raise the bar now that we're in our 28th year of doing this show.
Well, I think you should call the Dive God and put him in his place and tell him that is not appropriate.
Well, that's not going to happen.
That.
So we'll just move on and ignore that comment. But yeah, CJ's here. Johnson.
There's a hierarchy.
Yeah.
Do you think Greg is above the Dive God, Casey?
Yeah, exactly.
No,
absolutely
no.
not.
In fact,
No.
he is the next in line below the Dive God.
Really?
He should step up and take the reins.
No, he doesn't tell Neil nothing.
No,
Nobody
there's
tells
no way.
Neil nothing.
Exactly.
How dare you?
Exactly. By the way, thanks for being late.
Kiss my ass. Like I care. Like I care.
Well, I mean, 28 years. I mean, you're allowed, one pass. Yeah, you were filling up your cocktail though, weren't you?
I had stuff to do.
It was
and then once
priorities.
I was late, I was like, well, what the hell?
Just like, might as well make a
Might
second
as well
one.
make it the show tolerable.
Hey, he didn't officially join us 28 years ago. So
Yeah,
Oh,
I was. I'm
Here-
going on
months
18.
low.
Yeah, I think the
No, I'm
tobacco.
going on 19. I think we established that
Right.
last time.
We did last week, but Casey's calling you out. I think he's
I
trying
don't
to
give
play
a crap.
the
Who cares
seniority
when you
card.
come on?
So, well, I mean, Casey has been more of a masochist than you because he's hung longer from the beginning. Maybe is that how it works?
yeah,
They
That's just
shows
how it
you-
worked out. It means nothing.
Oh, I mean,
It's cool,
there are
though. I mean, good for him.
privileges- There are
It's called
privileges for a
Stockholm
long
syndrome.
time.
yeah. Well, privileges, or maybe it's just glutton for punishment. I don't know. Could be a little bit of both.
I mean, why would you? Why would you hang this long?
Good point. I think it shows some mental deficiency, which brings us to
boredom.
Vinny Two Tanks. Vinny, how are you?
It's great to have my name mentioned.
Yeah.
Hopefully no one will say kiss.
Yeah, you don't
Greg,
do that.
Greg, that was
Let's
a
not.
great seg, by
What?
the way.
I don't know what
just
you
got to
mean.
tell you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. Anywho, we got Christopher Drew with us, who was doing a live shot from the Beneath the Sea dive show for us last week.
I remember that. That was cool.
That was very impressive.
What do you
That
call
was
them?
a
The
very fun dive.
rovers, the underwater robots. What do you call them?
ROVs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
right, Christopher. That's what you call them, right?
Yep, ROV, submersible remotely operated vehicle.
Okay. And he works at Scuba Tech.
That's us.
TECK. And they do this year round, not just at BTS, but
Look at that. They
this-
got a cool sign too.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it.
And yeah, Drew's up there in the Northeast. And Drew, you are a kind of like I don't know, a cold water diver at heart. right?
Greg,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Are you calling him by his
started
last
local,
name?
started
Well, I
local.
did because that's what he told me his friends do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you did that on purpose or because you're horrible with names.
Well, that's true.
You're screwing him up all the time. I'm like, wait, why is he calling him by his last name?
Well, it's a 4-letter word, just like Greg. There's Drew, and I answered other 4-letter words. I don't know if Chris is like me though.
No.
Yeah.
You all warned me, and I didn't listen. So it's great to be here. It's great to be
Yeah,
here.
usually with Greg, it's blank, head, blank,
I don't know what you're talking about.
dip, blank.
Anywho, scuba.tech, once again, that's scuba.tech is their website where Christopher and his gang work on this stuff year round. They're part of the Marine Careers efforts there at the Beneath the Sea Dive Show, where they bring in a bunch of kids from neighboring schools in the area and just kind of turn them on to diving. And this year was all about ROVs. Is that the main element, though? I mean, are you doing all across the board? It's not just, underwater, ROVs that you do all the time. Is it there, Chris, or what?
Not just, but it's one of our best tools. It's one of our most engaging tools, I'd say. We focus on marine STEM, so anything that gets the current and next generation interested in the oceans from any STEM perspective. So science, technology, engineering, mathematics. So we help with marine careers. We did some programs about all sorts of different careers like data science and marine exploration, diving operations. And of course, we had our ROV training program. We had a really great year. Our cohort at BTS for Marine Careers was 37 student pilots. And over half of them said they actually want to try scuba diving as a result of driving the submarines in the water.
Right.
So 37 new students of Gen Z and Alpha are now entering this beautiful ecosystem that we're in.
Well, it's all about sucking them into into our little club of divers. And if it's
a community.
ROVs or which is kind of like what he's doing with the RVs and what he had set up at the tank, to me, it's like a real life video game, because you're still using the little joystick to navigate those things. And, but when you see it and it's right there in front of you, it's more tangible. And you're like, hey, wouldn't you like to be that ROV? You can do it. You can be a diver. Just like Vinny
so
Two
much fun.
Tanks. Okay.
By the way, Vinny, when I first heard your name, I thought you were up here in Long Island next to me. I got all excited. I'm like, oh, it's Vinny Two Tanks. No, I found out you're way south of us. You got nicer weather, huh?
No, he is actually out on the left coast.
Far west.
Yeah.
West.
We keep him as far away from us as possible, Chris.
He's in California.
Roger
He's
that.
in the nether regions.
That's right. No, we love him. And Vinny, even, someone more advanced in years like you, you would love to play with those ROVs, wouldn't you? You like doing that kind of stuff, wouldn't you? Okay, maybe not.
Nah, technology's got me, passed by me, that.
Okay, so much for that idea. I thought that was, more of a universal kind of bait to bring people in.
He just mastered his microphone. Let's take it.
Okay, that's true.
They're fun for dive buddies.
Yeah.
You can keep diving. Let the students join you, and our goal is to get them hooked and get them diving too.
Right. Okay. I don't know. What do you think, Bubble Boy? I mean, you'd love to, be a pilot of a ROV, though, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
I think that crosses the generations, with the exception of Vinny. I mean, not everybody is technophobe. Casey, you would like to be a pilot of a drone, wouldn't you? Underwater drone?
Oh, I think that'd be absolutely amazing. Actually, I have a technical question.
Okay. What would that be?
Yeah. What's good?
I understand that the drones are guided on surface, but is there such a thing as an underwater guidance system? Like you're diving with one and you see something cool, so you can take it over there?
Yes, we're prototyping some semi-autonomous systems like autopilots for station keeping. There are some other more autonomous systems that should be entering the market soon. Right now, it's controlled by topside. But in the future, you never know. We're looking at a few options.
Well, yeah, we
cool.
actually had a company on a couple of years ago that has like a wireless type of ROV system, and they were trying to turn it into a robot buddy. I haven't talked to them in a while.
No, it actually worked.
Is that the eye bubble?
Follow you along
Yes, the eye
automatically.
bubble. Yeah. Yeah, you saw it there. Vinny liked it.
Yeah, it actually just follows you along. It's like having a dive buddy. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah. See, Vinny likes that.
It was pretty pricey at the time, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, like all that stuff, it'll come down in price. And then Vinny will have his robot diver or buddy or woman or whatever it is he wants to use it for. All right, more coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
Later, nerd.
Are you lacking with the ladies?
Nope.
Enhance your scuba superpowers with a new ScubaRadio hat.
Wow, nice hat.
Just picked it up at ScubaRadio.com.
Buy 2 ScubaRadio hats and get free shipping.
Need a dive buddy, sexy?
Always. And I got a Scuba Radio hat for you, too.
New ScubaRadio hats are now available at ScubaRadio.com. So cool. Order yours today, or stay a loser.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than Scuba Radio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Jackie and Peter are fun. They go to concerts. They are both getting their scuba licenses.
Don't like scuba people. I'm a dry land guy.
I know how you feel about fish people.
No, fish people are the worst, okay?
Scuba, scuba.
I think you should give it to me.
Scuba, scuba.
What?
Scuba boy, won't you take me there too?
You know, baby.
Scuba boy, won't you take me there too?
That was a party.
Scuba boy, won't you take me there too?
I know the human being and fish can coexist peacefully.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. A lot of stuff going on as we enter our 28th year on the air. Last week we had the celebration. This year, or this week, I got my gift for me. CJ has already seen it. It is an official Brian May guitar. You know, the guitar player from Queen. Should I show everyone this now?
Yeah, man. That's really nice.
I waited 2 years for this, baby. All right, let's see what we can do with this.
Plug it in.
The trick is, can I actually play it? And I don't know. Let's see. We got to turn it on. All right, there we go. Let's try that. How about that?
Yeah.
So this is, the same guitar that he used on Bohemian Rhapsody and the whole thing, right? Yeah. All right, that's it. That's all I got. Tie Your Diver Down is the name of that one.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. You heard of that?
Yeah.
You heard of that Queen song? Tie Your Diver Down? Or Tie Your...
Originally Mother.
No. I don't think that's accurate.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. Jerry the Diver Guy is connected with the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad. He likes guitars, too. I bet he digs this guitar. What do you think, Jerry?
Tie a bear down.
You like my guitar there, Jer? Or what do you think?
That's good.
Well,
I
that's
like
pretty
it.
sweet, huh? Look at that.
Yes.
I'm somebody now. How about that? Now, if I can only take this underwater and play it.
You're still a wannabe.
Want to be what?
Want to be a rock star.
Okay, fair enough. That's fine. I will be. And but what are you doing? You keep showing pictures of bears. Where the hell are you, Jerry?
I'm in North Carolina. I'm at Grandfather Mountain.
Down the way we do another habitat in
But why? Why are there bears there? What are you doing?
Well, they just got a nature exhibit here with bears.
Okay.
Somebody told him, you're an animal. You should be in the zoo.
Is it? Maybe. Yeah. See, he's the quick one. You're the quick one.
And Jerry's like, okay.
Yeah. All right. So,
So
you're
I
just
joined
hanging
the
out.
bears.
You're connecting with nature.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
where we was at last week.
Okay. And
Out
so
trotting through the woods.
So you're trying to doing research to see if like if a bear craps in the woods, then it smells.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Okay.
Does a bear crap in
So
the
there's
woods?
no reason. You're just there hanging out with bears today because you're not diving.
We're hiking a little bit.
Okay. All right. Trying to
Hacking. What's hacking?
hocking.
Hiking.
Hacking.
Hocking.
Not
Yes.
Hacking a loogie.
Hocking would be what Casey the tobacco nut does after he's been, breathing off of a stick for God knows how many hours. Right, Casey? You're hocking?
Actually, I was active today measuring tossed mullet. So
Yeah, he was throwing fish around.
Nice.
yeah, it was the
I
great
bet your
mullet
hand smells
toss today
great.
in Homosassa.
So they're having a fish throw in Homosassa today.
It was the annual mullet toss.
How'd you
Okay.
do?
Yeah. How far did you throw
I
your mullet?
didn't actually toss. I was put in charge of telling the VIPs where to park their cars.
Oh, I had good money on you taking first in your age group.
Yeah. I
Well,
mean, are there any
Yeah,
others in that
double down
group?
next year, and I will represent Scuba Radio.
Well, how far were they throwing mullet? Which every time I say that, it feels like a euphemism
Casey,
for something.
Casey the fish chucker.
Yeah. I mean, what was the record? How far were they chucking
They're
these?
still tossing mullet. It's not done yet.
Is
It
it
goes
overhand
till
or
5
underhand?
o'clock.
Is there a technique you have to use, or is it free form?
No, you can throw it any way
I
you
bet
want.
I could throw one pretty far. How big are they?
They're
Probably about foot long.
Yeah.
Like a football.
Are they?
And they're frozen.
Are they throwing them like a football, or are they grabbing them by the tail and
People are throwing them by a
slinging 'em
football,
around?
throwing them like horseshoes, throwing them
Yeah.
overhand.
I think by the
One
tail
guy
and
showed up
overhand
with
to
a
be the
pitching
best.
glove and tried
Okay.
to throw it like a fastball.
Well, that's not diving, but
It is.
That's closer than going to look at bears.
Fish related.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I can tie it into diving because then it's on the Homosassa River where the manatee live, and in the
Yeah.
winter you can come see the manatee.
Water adjacent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Is
You can
aim a
dive in
thing
the
too?
spring.
Do they eat them afterwards? Are they good eating or no?
Not the ones you've been tossing. No, you
Yeah.
good one eat those.
Yeah.
But there is
Actually,
smoked mullet, and there's mullet dip, and there's mullet. There's everything mullet you can possibly imagine, including some booths selling very bad wigs.
wait. A wig made out of mullet?
No, that's
a
the
wig
style,
is
Greg.
a mullet.
Oh.
My
oh.
God.
Okay. Well.
In your day and age, they might have called them a pompadour, Craig.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, go back to throwing your fish, and it's all about distance too. It's not about accuracy,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Distance, the show. We had one guy throwing a Gumby outfit.
Throwing in a Gumby outfit.
He was in a Gumby costume throwing a mullet. Yes.
It worked. We're talking about him.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's what his goal was.
Makes no sense to me, but okay.
I would rather go back and go to a dive show like Beneath the Sea or something.
Would that be Gumby or Scumby?
I don't even know what that means. Do you?
I don't either.
Yeah.
Anybody know?
Let it die.
Yeah. All right. So, Christopher, what do you think? BTS was last week. There was no mullet throwing.
No mullet throwing.
No bear sightings.
No bear sightings.
But they've
had a great
already
time.
they've already announced the dates for next year's event. Is that the case?
Yep, they sure have. What a convenient segue. So next year, BTS is going to be Friday, March 27th for Marine Careers through Sunday, March 29th. So Friday through Sunday, March 27 to 29.
Well, after you just heard what Casey's doing in Homosassa, Should we take it up there to Sea Caucus?
Yeah.
And have them
Let's
throw
do some mullet
fish?
throwing. We'll set up the dive tank with a nice little target zone for people's hair pieces. I think we could have the ROVs go get them.
Okay, instead of fish, we get mullet
here.
wigs and just
No,
chuck
those
them.
are hard to throw. There's no mass to them. We need the real
Oh,
fish.
Okay. What
I
if?
can bring the fish.
Okay, Casey's in charge of bringing the fish. By the time they
Hey,
get
I'll
up to
reach out to the local
Secaucus,
zoo. We'll get some bears.
okay, they got bears up there somewhere. So these are terrible ideas.
I don't know. It sounds like fun.
On a serious note, we will be back next year for Marine Careers. So looking forward to seeing you all.
Okay.
They fit in with all the ones we've done in the past.
Yes, exactly. But we'll try to avoid the fish throwing, and maybe keep it to Scuba Radio Scuba Squad members. We can, kick them around a little bit, turn that into a thing. All right, more coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater. Dive computers for demanding divers.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
This group has sucked from the very start, from the teat of friendship.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Hey, I got to talk about a new mask I just got in the mail. I had ordered this a while ago. I wanted to check it out. It's from diving-masks.com or diving-mask, I should say, .com. And it's a prescription dive mask. You just give them your prescription. And the thing that's cool about this is this looks pretty sweet.
Put it on and then do the rest of the show with it.
Yeah, you think, instead of wearing my glasses?
Yeah, that's how we can test it.
Yeah, but it's prescription.
Let me go get a bucket of water.
It's, yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, that's actually might be better than my glasses. So should I start doing the show like this all the time?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
100 times better.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
we're diving now. Looking
Okay.
over at you.
Now we got a
That means
scuba show.
don't do it.
No.
You have
I know you
finally
guys.
become the sexy man.
Come on, you had it on like
Whoa.
30 seconds.
Did you hear what Jerry just said, though?
I know. I'm trying to ignore that.
Right. That was
Unwanted
good reason.
advances.
He's always getting those girls
Think I'm
to
gonna join
say
y'all.
it. So
But I'll tell you, they turn these things around pretty quick, and the price was quite attractive. It was pretty reasonable.
Quite attractive.
Yeah. Diving-mask.com. I saw them at the DEMA show. And, a few weeks ago, I said, yeah, you know what? I need to get one. I got a new prescription and got it in a progressive thing. So I can actually see my gauges and see far away. But it's actually, the lenses are quite good. I mean, I've checked it already, but just putting them on, I probably see better with my mask than I can with my glasses I just put back on, to be honest. But Jerry said I look sexy, so I had to take it off immediately.
did you have to send your mask in, or did they?
No,
have
no,
their
they-
own mask?
Oh, there you go.
He's got
Chris
a new
has his
mask.
on. Look, there you go. See?
Yeah, I got my mascot. It's really hard to put my glasses on under. I might have to check it out too, Greg. Thank you.
Absolutely.
But
See?
now you two look like the Bopsy twins.
Okay, I don't even know what that means. Do you?
What's the name of the company again, Greg?
Diving-mask.com. Just go there and you can order, they got a bunch of models, and then you just give them your prescription. It's all handled online. It's pretty reasonable price.
Diving-mask.com.
I wonder if you could send your own in and get them to
they'll do that
insert.
too. It's all on there.
Are they located in? Where are they located?
I think they're in Germany, but
that's what I thought.
But they've set up some kind of service where they can get stuff out pretty quick and turn it around fairly quickly. I think they might have been up there at Beneath the Sea. Were they? Christopher, did you see them? Or no?
I did. I did see Dive Mask at Beneath the Sea.
Okay. Well, there you go. So they were there too.
Doing prescriptions right there in the booth. They were taking orders, I think.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like them. But good guys. And I can't wait to get it in the water. I mean, if it looks as good topside as it does underwater, well, I'm going to be a chick magnet, according to Jerry the Diver guy.
Want that
I got a question for you, Greg.
Well, now that's according to all these girls that you get to say that, Greg.
Well, the only one who said it was you, and you're a middle-aged man.
Oh,
which
you
has
got
me
them all
concerned.
recorded there, buddy.
Yeah. But wait, where were you going, Casey? What were you going to say?
I got a question. You said they put in prescription lenses.
Yeah.
But do they do like just
regular
2.0 power? Or?
Oh yeah. I think they got a little bit of everything. Just go to the website, check it out.
Yeah.
Diving-mask.com. All right.
Now, did you get the bifocals in them or what?
I just said they were progressives. Pay attention.
So they're progressive.
Yeah.
No, they're progressive lenses. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Not
Never mind,
regressive
you shot
like
it,
you, Jerry.
TJ.
Yeah. Jerry needs regressive lenses.
Yeah.
Do they make hearing aids as well?
Don't we all?
Yeah. But I think
I need that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. What, do you need a new mask, Jerry? Or
I need prescription lenses bad.
You do? Yeah. I mean,
I
do
still
you have?
got 20/20 vision, but I can't see nothing up close.
Well, then, do you wear glasses to read?
No.
You mean-
to read, yes.
That's what I just asked.
Yeah. You
Jerry.
can't read.
Reading glasses is what I need. I can't see nothing up close.
Okay.
I had LASIK done, and
Yeah.
I still
He's so
got
far
20/20
behind.
vision.
Yeah.
Shut
All
up,
right.
Casey.
Oh, wow. That was,
Wow.
guys. Yeah.
Brothers busting balls.
Yeah. Is that what it is? Yeah.
Well, Barry's not here. I can't say it to Barry.
Okay. Well, I guess you gotta throw it, dish it out to
No
old
one is
Casey the
safe.
tobacco nut. Then I don't know.
He's
Casey,
second
do
line.
you wear a prescription dive mask, Casey, or no?
No, but I
Yeah.
need the little 2.0 plus down at the bottom. Read my gauges.
All right. So there's a bunch of solutions like that. You can put little inserts you want in, but this they seem to have a pretty economical option there, and the
Yeah, but
quality of
it'd
the
be
mask
real
is quite good.
clean. If it was a nice, complete lens, it'd just be clean.
Yeah. And I don't know, Vinny Two Tanks looks like he's concerned.
No, I actually have lenses ground into my mask, but I used
Yeah.
the American prescription mask, which is the other company. That
Well,
does
yeah,
it.
there's a few of them that do it.
Yeah.
This was just another one that came on the scene here, and they've worked up some kind of
Yeah,
mail order
I got
thing.
it's totally changed my. I see so much better now.
Yeah.
I should have done it years ago.
Yeah, it makes a big difference when you can
It
see
makes a
stuff.
big difference.
Yeah, you want to be able to see usually.
We try and hang on to our youth.
That is, I guess that's what we do. I don't
They
know.
don't need no stinking glasses. Is that a wall?
Well, everything looks bigger underwater.
That's right.
Yeah.
And sometimes you want to see the detail, and if your dive buddy's Vinny Two Tanks and he's wearing his red Spanx, maybe not so much.
Every time I go diving, people would say, "Did you see this? Did you see that?" I go,
Yeah.
I go, "No, I didn't see it. It was right in front of me." I go, "Well, I didn't see it." So it was
Yeah.
really bad for years.
Yeah.
Now
well,
I got it. It's a
well,
lot
in
better.
that scenario, there's been several times when I've been diving with Vinny, and then I've seen things and I can't unsee them.
Yeah, that too.
So it sounds like Vinny dives by braille.
Well, not anymore. I got the lenses
Okay.
ground. Now I
Okay.
eagle eye.
All right, you're safe then, Casey.
Yes.
Like, tell me that's his beard, please.
I just
geez.
feel the love coming from all different
was,
directions today.
Okay, fair enough. So,
Yeah.
what is Jerry the Diver guy doing? He's obviously not. You're hiking. Is that what you're doing during the show today?
Yes.
And what are you just trying to get in steps or?
Yeah.
Or just out and connecting with nature?
Well, we're out connecting with nature right now.
Yeah.
Why didn't you show us the otters? You were so fascinated by
Well,
the bears.
I did. I was going to show you the cougar, but he's leaned up against a wall.
So wait. Are you in a zoo or are you in a park? What are you doing?
We're in Grandfather Mountains.
I don't know what that means.
It's like a park.
Okay. Well, then you're in like a zoo kind of park then, huh?
Well, I hope he's in a zoo kind of park, or there's a lot of animals running around up in the mountains like.
Well, that's
cougars
every
and
day.
bears.
Yeah.
That's every day here.
Okay. I don't even know where is that exactly.
It's next to Boone, North Carolina.
Okay, North Carolina. All right, gotcha. All right. Well, I guess at least he's out amongst nature. So that's he just showed water. Are you tempted to jump in one of the puddles there?
That's the otter enclosure.
Do they have any? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in?
On the other side.
Have you ever been diving and seen an otter?
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Yes, I have.
Well, you ought to hear about it.
Yeah.
I mean, are they fun? Yeah, see, when
They're
you're
curious.
Yeah. So where were you? Like California, Northern California, or where?
No, I was here, home.
So you were diving a local lake or river and saw otters?
Yeah.
Really? How close did you get to him?
He was probably 5 foot from me.
Yeah. It didn't seem to be phased by you, or you spooked him, or anything?
He's just curious.
Yeah. Okay. And so it was a good encounter, you say?
Yes, it was good.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right, Jerry, the diver guy, getting close to nature, and the otters. So there's that. More coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio. Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You are now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
If you want to be a member of the Scuba Squad, you have to be smart.
I could be in the Scuba Squad?
Well, sure. All you have to do is work hard. And don't tell a soul about the Scuba Squad, because then everybody's going to want to join.
I woke up this morning with a big old smile. And I've been thinking it might stay with me a while. Today is all about the things I love to do. One of them is spending time down in the blue. Gonna pack up all our scuba gear, find the spot where the water's clear. Call up all my diving friends. Plan is getting wet, let's see who's in. Man, it feels so good to be alive. I just wanna die. I just wanna die.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. That is the Scuba Cowboy. Check them out, thescubacowboy.com, for some very cool scuba-themed music that we've featured on the show over the years. By the way, last week I didn't announce it because we were so busy celebrating our 28-year anniversary, but we just did release a new video from our Saba St. Kitts trip with Explorer Ventures, the last Scuba Radio scuba cruise. It's been getting rave reviews on YouTube and online and everything, so check it out. There's a link to it on our video page. You can find it on YouTube as well, but it's a cool little music video featuring a lot of the highlights from the diving around Saba and St. Kitts from that little adventure. And we had the Aqua Gypsy on board, Mermaid Kristen, Serena, and a whole bunch of folks and critters and things. It turned out pretty good. I know Jerry the diver guy, I think he gave it 2 fins up. And even Vinny Two Tanks is in it. He has you haven't seen the video,
Wow.
Vinny?
I don't think so.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're featured prominently in the in this music video. You're even
Really?
mentioned by name.
I find that hard to believe.
And you have this kind of puzzled look on your face. Like,
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, what are the odds? Pretty high, actually.
Yeah. Maybe I was talking to myself at the time and don't remember being in the video.
Yeah, well, as soon as we finish the show today, you'll have to go back and watch it. But it's right there on the video tab at ScubaRadio.com, and you can check it out.
Check it out.
Pretty
Were you
good
able to catch Vinny too?
What do you mean?
Mini Vinny?
Oh, yeah. No, he's not featured in this. I think you only see Mini Vinny when Vinny Two Tanks has gotten a little out of control, and you've probably been drinking. It's almost like you don't see him unless you start to, hallucinate or something. You hear what I'm saying there, Casey? He's like his own little.
It's like Julio down at the Gomez Hilton.
Yeah, could be. It's hard to say. Yeah.
Sometimes I talk to myself but I don't do it when other people are around. But apparently, I did it in front of Greg without knowing he was around.
Yeah, he did.
So
he was talking.
I talked to myself.
Well, are you talking to yourself or you're talking to Mini Vinny? I mean,
I'm just.
I think it was Mini Vinny.
I'm discussing things.
You don't want to say that you talk to yourself, Vinny. People think you're crazy. So put it on Mini Vinny.
Well, I vociferate things with me being the only person in the room. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Well, it doesn't really help. But regardless, you are in the video.
Big dive outing?
Well, August 3rd through the 13th, we're going to be in the Maldives. And
nice.
That is going to be an amazing adventure. And we'll probably do a similar type of video for that week as well, because that'll be our first Scuba Radio scuba cruise that actually is 10 nights long. It's usually a 7-nighter, but it's a 10-nighter in the Maldives. And then once again, I'm going to be flying over there through Singapore and have a layover in Singapore and flying Singapore Airlines, which is like rated the #1 airline in the world. So just getting there back and forth is going to be quite an adventure in itself. And I'm really looking forward to it. You going to go on that one, Casey? You should.
I actually was planning it, but as it turns out, I have to take a trip over to Japan the last half of that trip.
Yeah, why? Why are you going to Japan?
Well,
to throw more
go
fish?
on a dive trip and then stop in Japan on the way back.
Yeah, actually, yeah, actually, that is a route you can take.
I did that last time.
I'll have to look into it.
Yeah, it absolutely is. When I was the last time I was, well, it wasn't the last time, but time before last, I was scheduled to go from Florida to L.A. to Narita in Tokyo, and then fly to the Maldives. And I think might have been Cathay Pacific, or it could have been Singapore Airlines too, actually. Now that I think about it, I don't remember. But I had a layover. I set it up to travel through Tokyo. Yeah.
I did the same thing on the last time I went.
Okay. Well, there you go, Casey. So you have your mission if you choose to accept it.
I will have to give my travel agent and see what I can rearrange if that's possible.
But why are you going to Japan? What are you planning to do?
It just became available, and I've got some friends that are going to meet me over there, and just never been. Figured time to go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you go over there for a fish throwing competition. Yeah,
maybe
that's probably popular there. I bet. Don't they throw fish?
I'm probably gonna throw some sushi.
Well, let's see. The famous thing with throwing fish is out there on the West Coast in San Francisco, isn't it? In the fish market. That's where I'd seen this. I think where they throw fish.
Well, Seattle, they throw the salmon.
Yeah. Okay, that's what it is. Seattle.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, but in Homosassa, they're throwing mullet.
We throw mullet,
which isn't that kind of like a trash fish, by the way, or no?
I don't know. They cook it up, make dips out of it, and smoke it, and they're kind of hard to light, but yeah, they smoke mullet.
All right, I guess. I always thought mullet weren't that good of a eating type of fish and stuff, but I don't know. Evidently, they're good for throwing.
Yeah, and smoking.
Yeah. And that's what Casey was witnessing the last day or two. And it's a big thing, evidently, right?
It's an annual event. Yeah. I last show, I invited you guys up for the great mullet toss. But
yeah, well, I don't know if you sold
showed.
it. I mean, I like watching fish while I'm scuba diving. I don't necessarily have a inkling to want to start chucking them, to one person or another. I mean, that hadn't really been on my list of activities that I want to check off.
See, brand new experience you could have shared with the world.
Well, if it was like, that's why I asked you, was there any competitions where there was aim involved? Like if you're throwing a fish and trying to hit your friend or enemy or whatever.
Well, I suppose you could
Yeah.
enter that as your own category.
Well, that would make it a little bit more interesting to me, I guess. And you go whacking people with fish.
Well, you know the famous movie line, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a fish.
That's okay. I didn't know that was a famous line, but I evidently.
Yeah, volleyball,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I
Never
don't.
mind.
But
we're way off track now. Do you want to try and bring it back to scuba? Or?
Well, when we dive, we see fish. You just evidently, some people like to chuck them as opposed to watch them. I'm more of the
Well, you
in the
dive
latter
the springs
category.
up here, and you go down to the viewing center. You'll see all sorts of mullet and bass and tarpon and.
Yeah. Well, I mean, are you inclined to jump in the water? I mean, it's clear water there too, isn't it? Like the springs.
Yeah, it's clear. No, I've dove all these springs. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So what's the most popular spring?
I was going to try
by
and
there?
get you and Dr. Doug and do that rebreather course that was coming up, but I guess he kind of got off track.
Well, he probably wised up and said, "Oh God, who wants to do it? Casey the tobacco nut? Oh no, I'm busy."
No. We don't need him on a rebreather.
Yeah.
No.
He didn't say that. He just said, just from a personal standpoint and personality, no way in hell.
Well, they have an oxygen scrubber, so technically I could probably smoke a cigar underwater.
Okay,
and filter that out.
I'm sure that could go over well with a oxygen tank nearby too. All right, well, that'll wrap up hour one. We're going to get on track with hour two with Mark Young from the Scuba Show in Long Beach. That's next on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go!
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters?
Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.
Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling the radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome to hour two of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, and this is hour two.
Could you hear that?
Hear what?
Your phone.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if you could hear that.
Yeah, no, I can hear it.
Sorry, go ahead. Hour 2
is known as
the douche.
The deuce. It's not known as
Hour
that.
2 of Scuba Radio.
Yeah,
The douche.
That is incorrect.
This is hour 2.
Oh yeah.
The douche.
All right, and
The
we're trying to connect with Mark Young.
He
from
keeps
the,
calling your
Scuba
phone. I
Show.
keep seeing it.
Yeah, I know, but it's
You can't connect your phone?
There it is. I think we got him. Mark Young, are you there? Oh, of course not. Hold on. All right, we got to try.
It's the green button for accept the call.
Okay. Now this will work.
He keeps calling your phone for some reason.
Yeah, well,
and then you had your headphones in, and I was like, "Hey, your phone's ringing."
Yeah, we got it. I think we got it resolved now. Mark Young is with us. Yes, there he is. Mark Young from the Scuba Show. We had a little burp in the technical system there, Mark, but we got you now. You hear me? Everything good? Yep. No.
Burp.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe kinda. Yeah. Are you on the road there, Mark? Is that the problem? Maybe you're kind of having a tough signal. Is that it?
We're good. We should be good.
Okay, now we got him. There he is. All right. Well, welcome, Mark. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Yeah, we're doing all right. We've just entered our 28th year of Scuba Radio. Who would have thunk it? Not you.
Spring has sprung.
Yeah. Well, there's that. Yeah, April Fool's Day has come and gone, and we've passed another milestone for doing this little radio show, Mark. I mean, so we've been doing it a while. You've been in the industry how many years, you figure? Do you even know, Mark? Do you keep track?
Well, let's put it this way. I remember your first year.
You do? And what did you think? Like, this will never work or what?
Of course.
This sucks.
These guys suck on air. Yes.
Wow, 28, Greg. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, that is nuts, isn't it?
Wow. No, seriously, congratulations. Oh,
yeah. Well, thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. I do.
Awesome.
Yeah. We are very fortunate to be able to still do this show. But, Mark Young, he's been in the industry forever. And honestly, he was one of those first folks that kind of said, what can I do? What can I do to help you out? And I've never forgot that with Dive Training Magazine and all the other. I mean, Mark Young knows everybody. He really does. He's a pillar of the industry. There's no doubt about it. And, we're getting ready for the big scuba show that is going to happen here at the end of May 31st, June 1st, Saturday, Sunday. I'm really looking forward to it. It's back in Long Beach, right?
Back in Long Beach, yep.
Yep. And we're going to have the scuba magician there. We may have some mermaids. We're trying to figure out some of the festivities and opening ceremony things that we may try to lock in over the next few weeks. We got some pretty creative ideas in the works, and we'll release them at an appropriate time. But what can you tell us so far as how the show is evolving as we get closer? What do you think there, Mark?
It's going good.
Yeah.
As you said, you're thinking about the opening ceremonies and the Saturday night party or so involved.
Yep.
You always do a good job. I have no concerns about that.
Well, the whole idea is to send people with a smile on their face on the way into the show. And sometimes that involves, sawing a mermaid in half or whatever we got to do. We're there to try to entertain, give away a few things, that kind of stuff, for sure. But how is the show progressing as far as exhibitors? Is it on track to be at least as big as last year, if not bigger, or do we know yet? What do you think?
It'll probably be bigger.
Yeah.
In fact, you are largely the reason why so many people come so early.
How about that?
No, the opening ceremonies, the party you put on at the beginning is always good.
Well,
they're hoping to avoid him and get in earlier.
Exactly. But I do. I get up kind of early, make sure we're there to greet them. I feel like a Walmart greeter at the scuba show. We're just there like, hey, welcome.
Suppositories aisle 7.
No, that's not accurate at all. But do you got any new elements for the show this year that you can share, or are we still a little too early as far as being able to, let the cat out of the bag kind of thing? What do you think there, Mark?
we're lining things up. We're going to have the bucking shark
Yes.
back. That was very popular last year. I think we put 300 people on that thing last year.
That was awesome. Yeah.
At the same time?
That was very
Well, that's
popular.
what we're going to do this year. Yeah.
And then our buddy Captain Jack is coming back with his pirate ship on a flatbed and his pirate bar.
Nice. Yeah, that was really, really cool. Talk about the ultimate photo op. Yeah. You got a little bit of that going on for sure. Yeah.
The pirate ship is horrendous, and he's a good guy. He does a lot of props for Hollywood and Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
He does a lot of stuff for them, and so he's got a lot of good stuff. And he's a character.
Yes, he is indeed. I mean, he dresses the part, the whole thing. But it's really, really neat. I mean, last year we were in LA, which created some, challenging logistical things because it was all new layout. But we're going back to our home base of operations in Long Beach. So I think that's going to feel a little bit more comfortable to everybody. What do you think, Mark? Is that your prediction too, or what?
Funny, we give out the contracts the last day of the show. We put them all the exhibitors' booths, and they're able to sign up for the next year. And when they do, a lot of them just reclaim their space from the previous year.
Right.
And last year we actually asked them, "Hey, you have a chance here to reclaim your space. It's going to be back in L.A." We told them.
Yeah.
But we may change it. We'll let you know. And it's funny because the comments we got back from the exhibitors, we probably have 70 of them that reclaim their booths for the next year.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good reclamation rate. And then they said, we got all the comments we got were, man, it was a good show this year. Wherever you go, we go. But please bring it back to Long Beach.
Yeah.
So people really like Long Beach better because of the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's a little bit more laid back. There's some stuff right around, the convention center that, I'm very familiar with because we've done it so many years. It was kind of nice to be in L.A. to mix things up a little bit, to have something new and stuff, but it's a little challenging around the area, downtown L.A. But going back to Long Beach ought to be fun. They actually got a whale right now that's kind of lost in Long Beach, the area. I just read about that. Did you hear about that too, or no?
I haven't heard it.
A minke whale has lost his way and is around Long Beach Harbor or something. So I don't know. Maybe we'll have some stuff to look at, outside the walls of the convention center in Long Beach there at the end of May. Could be, but nature might put on a little show for us. Who knows, right?
Never know.
That's right.
The nice thing about Long Beach Convention Center.
Yep. Okay, well, their phone service is better, I think, there. At least better than it is today, but that's fine. Once again, go to the ScubaShow.com for your tickets and all the info, and we got more coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer, and Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Taric is the best, most intuitive, and reliable wristwatch-sized dive computer on the market. Check it out in the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
How, when, and where it's made has never been more important than now. Just ask all those divers and dive shops that struggled to get products and parts during the pandemic. One relatively new gear manufacturer, however, managed quite well. Nex is one of the few, if not only, dive gear manufacturers to bring regulator and design assembly back to the USA. No shortages during the pandemic for their customers and dealers. And get this, Nex was a Tester's Choice winner in Scuba Lab for 2022 and a Best Buy in 2023. Each Nex regulator system is made to order, cutting down on overhead and allowing you to get exactly what you need for the kind of diving you prefer. This will be the last regulator you'll ever need, since the modular design can easily be modified as your diving skills and preferences evolve over time. Are you ready to make your next dive your best dive? Then go to nextdive.com. That's nexdive.com. Next Underwater Products. nexdive.com.
Celebrate diving to make a difference in the Florida Keys at the 3rd Annual iCare Trash Derby, May 1st through 4th. Sponsored by iCare and the National Marine Sanctuary Foundation. The Trash Derby culminates Sunday, May 4th from noon till 6 p.m. at Founders Park in Isla Mirada. You could win big prizes and enjoy food, live music, and meet the crew from ScubaRadio. Join us to celebrate Florida Keys divers' efforts to clean our seas. Details at iCareTrashDerby.com. Brought to you by the Monroe County Tourist Development Council.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
I used to watch you at the Improv when I was starting out. Things you made me laugh so hard because I had just started learning to scuba dive. You did that bit about scuba diving and how the whole point of the sport is not to dive.
There's a fish, there's a rock, who cares? Don't dive.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ's in the studio with me.
What's up?
And we got Casey the Tobacco Nut, Vinny Two Tanks, connected via the web as part of the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad. So 28 years we've been doing this show. Now we got some big plans coming up over the next few weeks. I already mentioned the next Scuba Radio Scuba Cruise for August 3rd through the 10th. If you want to join us, 1-800-322-3577 for that 10-night live aboard. That's going to be epic. And, of course, we got the Scuba Show. And we're going to be out there for that May 31st, June 1st.
California.
You going to go to that, CJ? What do you think? You oughta.
Maybe.
Come on out to Long Beach, California.
California.
But, yeah, they got a minke whale that has lost its way.
Well, I hope it makes its way back.
Yeah, by then, I would imagine it will have found its way out to sea. But they're warning everybody there in the area, please steer clear, let the marine rescue people try to guide this whale out to open water. But it's been swimming around the bay there in Long Beach. That happens every now and then.
How do they do that?
What do you mean?
How do they guide it back out to sea? Do they expect it to follow a boat? Or
they start throwing fish like Casey.
And they're chucking mullet.
Yeah.
They're chucking mullet and, creating like fish breadcrumbs.
Is that what minke whales eat? Are they
I have no idea. They're actually pretty.
Many a mullet tossing champion is out there right now distancing those mullet out in front of that whale.
Yeah.
Good.
You think? I don't think that's accurate. I think he's lying because Casey the Tobacco Nut has.
He's
been
embellishing. He's trying to make the show interesting.
Good luck with that.
Well, he's trying.
Well, yeah.
All right, well, skipping from there, what about the trash derby?
Yeah, what about the trash derby, Greg?
Well, I was going to get to it, but thank you for keeping us on track there, Casey the Tobacco Nut. Yeah, that one is happening. The trash derby is going on May 2nd and 3rd, like Friday, Saturday. They've already given away all the spots. You can still participate, by the way, and help pick up trash there in the Florida Keys. And go to iCareTrashDerby.com for all the deets. However, on Sunday, May 4th, may the 4th be with you, from noon to 6, we will be there along with the Scuba Magician. And we're going to be hosting the festivities as they award the prizes for the divers who brought up the most trash in the Florida Keys, giving away a bunch of stuff. We may even have some next dive gear as part of those prizes. And there's live music. There's a couple bands that are playing. I don't know if maybe even Mermaid Kristen might be on display.
Doesn't she live down there?
I have some Scuba Radio cigars we could pass out.
Bring it on. God knows we need those. Yes. And, but yeah, it's going to be a fun event. It's at Founders Park, which is right there in Isla Mirada, right by the History of Diving Museum, by the way.
I know where that is.
Yeah. So, we got several events, scheduled out already. And I am working on some other things too. Still kind of waiting for some travel arrangements to get locked in. But we will see. And this is all mixed in with all other things that I got on the plate, like learning to fly an airplane. Yeah, that's on the agenda over the next.
I would
month or two.
concentrate on that. I would focus on
diving.
No, flying the airplane.
Oh,
you gotta make sure you got that locked in.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Flying's easy.
I wouldn't distract yourself too much.
Flying, taking off, and flying an airplane, super easy.
Landing.
The landing part.
The landing that'll get you.
And you really should get all three if you want to do this properly, or you could have issues. But I'm working on that. And I just came from Lakeland this week. During the week, I've been attending a thing called Sun and Fun, which is a huge aviation event. They call it like the spring break of aviation. And over 200,000 people show up during, through the week and through this weekend there for this event. And the one thing that's very interesting when you go to an event like that is how many scuba divers there are. You'd be surprised at the crossover between diving enthusiasts and aviation enthusiasts. And they're very similar personalities, I think, too.
Well, hell, I was there, and thank you for having me out.
Yeah,
that was one night.
That was kind of good.
Fireworks.
But a lot of the people you meet that fly airplanes, like little single engine aircraft and stuff like. Vinny Two Tanks knows. You agree?
I can explain it. It's very simple.
What's that, Vinny? How?
When you're flying an airplane, the number one rule is you got to get back to the ground safely.
Right.
When you're diving. You're underwater, you got to get back to the surface safely.
True.
So I think that's why the two people, they like that element of, there's a little bit of element of where you got to have your, everything working properly, mentally,
Okay, that makes no sense whatsoever.
Maybe we'll make it, maybe we won't.
No,
exactly.
It does.
I mean, if you screw up,
I think, it's
the danger involved is equal.
Well, maybe. Yeah, I guess.
Actually, it all has to do with the mask.
The
You
mask.
go to altitude, you put on your oxygen mask. You go to depth, you have your scuba mask.
Oh, that's another way to look at it. Yeah, right.
Possibly.
Well,
yeah,
that's
you
what
got
I'm
to
saying.
go pretty high up to the point where you have to put on an oxygen mask in an airplane, though.
Yeah,
So,
well over. You got to go over 20,
okay.
right?
Yeah, just trying to tie it in
no,
for
it's
you,
like
Greg.
16,000
He's
feet or
trying,
something.
okay?
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I know it's. I think it's really just the type of people that it attracts is they're very similar. They're adventurers.
That's what I just said.
Well, I mean, it's not the danger thing. I think it's more like people like to travel, like to, look for new things to do, and diving kind of fits that mold as well as flying airplanes and stuff.
Yes,
Danger is my business.
Challenge to it.
Yeah, a challenge maybe. Yeah, that could be. But they're very passionate. You see a lot of, when you walk around an air show, you see a lot of airplanes on T-shirts and hats and things like that. And you go to a dive show, same thing. You see a lot of dive flags. I mean, I've just come to see that over the years, and doing Just Plain Radio, it's very apparent.
Greg was being stopped by fans and asked for pictures.
Well, that could have been law enforcement. I don't.
No, those guys were listening to your other plane show. There.
Well, yeah,
And there's things that could go wrong.
Oh yeah, they're
like in the
definitely
last dive trip I took, one of our groups had to go to a chamber. That's not good.
That's not ideal. No, you got to know your stuff. Well, on an airplane, I would say it's not quite the same as open circuit, but they do say, you flying an airplane is like flying a rebreather, where you have checklists like you use in aviation, and you really have to, follow rules and check off every box. Otherwise, you could get yourself into trouble. So they do kind of make those comparisons like that for sure. All right, more coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of ScubaRadio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures ScubaRadio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive. Dad, what are you doing in there?
I look these fish right in the eye, and they look back at me, and they see right through me. They know who I am, these fish.
Come on, baby, and do the fish. I'm gonna teach it to you right. Come on, baby, just like this. We're gonna do our fish tonight.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Doing the fish is probably better than throwing them. But it depends on who you're talking to. If you're in Homosassa Springs, maybe today you would rather chuck them than dance with them. It could be a little bit of both, though. That wouldn't make that'd probably be more appropriate. But that's happening today in Homosassa. And Casey the Tobacco Nut.
Gentlemen, chuck your mullets.
Yeah.
I was thinking about wearing some red Spanx and carrying my mullet, my shorts, but
Vinny beat you to the punch?
yeah, that's what I heard.
No, thank you.
Is that a mullet in your pocket, or are you just happy to see Vinny? Okay. Anywho, Jerry the Diver Guy's back with us. He said, well, what'd you do? You popped in the car now? You're done looking and bonding with nature, or what? What happened?
No, we were up to Mile High swinging bridge.
What?
And yeah.
Well, you were swinging?
You went to a swingers bridge?
Wow.
He got kicked out.
Oh,
yeah, I got kicked out.
And a Mile High.
Oh, jeez. That's
yeah,
inappropriate.
the cell signal goes crappy up there.
Yeah. Okay.
But the view's beautiful.
All right. Well, what were you doing up there on the bridge and on the Mile High Bridge? I'm almost afraid to ask. Yeah.
It's a secret, Greg.
Okay.
There's a sign right at the beginning of the bridge that says no dropping trow.
Oh. Well, is trow a particular species?
Trousers.
Oh, I thought trow. No dropping
There's no
trout.
trouser trouts up there.
Okay, that's enough. Just stop it.
With Jerry,
Stop
you
it
never
now.
know. You
Right.
gotta be careful.
Yeah, thank God the cell service was terrible. Wait, nobody wants to see that.
I understand the park doesn't allow red Spanx either.
Okay, well, I don't know. Vinny lost it. He left his Spanx in the Galapagos. I think that's a song, isn't it? I left my Spanx in the Galapagos.
Well, there are red boobies there.
Okay, I don't
thought
know.
they were blue-footed.
I thought they were blue
Yeah, I
as
thought
well.
they were red. Don't they have red and blue?
No.
Are you colorblind?
Yeah, maybe
They all
yes.
look alike.
I don't
When
know.
you see one booby, you've seen them all.
Well, okay.
Not true.
All right, moving on.
Well, they're big ones, little ones.
All right.
All kinds of
Jerry.
Jerry.
Well, what about, do you have any diving plans? Are you going to come down to the Trash Derby here coming up in a few weeks, or what do you got going on, Jerry?
Well, that's the
diving-wise?
plan, but I'm still working on things to go over to Stewart's.
Stewart's?
Yeah, to Stewart's Cove. All right, little Barry.
All right, so you're planning to go to Stewart's Cove, and what to do? What exactly? Just
I
dive
want to
in
go
Nassau?
shark diving.
All right. Which one? What?
Do
type
what
of shark?
exactly? What do you do there, Greg?
Well, no, they got all kind. They got the Bond Rex. You could do a little bit of everything, but what
But
particular?
he wants to see the feature, the shark diving, but there's other things. Yeah, he knows that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, like
I
Tiger
just
Beach?
said I want to go shark diving. Oh, well, whether it's Tiger Beach or what, it don't matter to me.
Tiger?
Oh, I think that's a great place to go. I haven't been there yet, but I hear it's great.
Yeah.
Well,
it
let's
is
go,
good.
Vinny.
All right. Well, Vinny,
Well,
is that on
I'm
your?
booked for the month of May already.
Oh,
And I need
this
a
is
month of
April.
Jerry, they got
He's
them
booked.
taggers.
They got
I
taggers.
am. I'm going to Fiji for 3 weeks.
That's right. He is. He's supposed to go
Not
with.
2 weeks, not 1 week, but 3 weeks.
Well, what are you doing?
Trace.
Where are you going exactly? Where's the first?
You asking me? You got to talk
yeah.
to my travel agent.
Oh, geez. The Aqua Gypsy.
I
yeah.
can't remember anything. I just do what I'm told.
Okay.
There's only
so to
three,
speak.
maybe 3 resorts. I don't know. Maybe 2
Yeah.
resorts.
So you have no idea where you're going in Fiji.
We're going to be there from May 12th to the 29th. So
You know that much.
that's all I know.
Okay.
And I think we're going to go to several locations. We're going to go try different islands or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I can't
All right.
remember. I think
Well-
that involves that.
Well, you were in the Caymans. Did you have any issues? You got to update your gear.
Oh
bring
man,
it
that was
colder.
a phenomenal trip, man.
Yeah.
We went to Little Cayman, we went
Yeah.
to Cayman Brock, and we went to Grand Cayman.
Which
And
one
it
did
was
you like the
fun.
best?
All 3 of them were fun.
Really? Just great
Oh,
viz?
yeah.
Or what?
And we learned something else that I thought that I never thought was true, but now I'm beginning to think it may be true.
Yeah. What's that?
Well, when you go on a liveaboard, you're on the liveaboard all the time, and you're out to sea.
Yeah.
Well, this time we used land-based dive operations that just went out for the day.
Right.
And then that way you could just go back and spend time and absorbing a little more of the culture, and do other things. You're back on land again versus being stuck at sea all the time on the boat.
Okay.
We kind of like the fact that we could go to restaurants, we could go out to dinner.
And pay for everything. And
Yeah, we could go souvenir shop. I mean, we had access to a lot of different fun things to do.
Right.
That way.
Okay. Well, that would make sense. But it's the difference is
What kind of
everything's included.
souvenirs did you get?
Yeah.
Oh, another thing about these guys on the day boats, just make it just to top the icing. You never have to touch your gear. They do everything for you.
Yeah.
Which Explore Adventure does the same thing, but it is kind of nice when you get on the boat and once you get with these guys, and then and
At
they're
least
much
the
more
operators that you went with.
Yeah,
I came
they're
in.
much more flexible. You tell them we discuss dice ice, and they let you pick which one you want to go to, and
Yeah.
it's and all you got to do is sit down, and you put the tank on you, and you just jump in the water. It's pretty good.
Did they pee in your wetsuit for you?
Oh.
Actually, they did have hot water you could pour in your wetsuit. How thoughtful is that?
Are you sure it was hot water?
Well, I didn't check the coloration of it, but if it was
Might have
yellow,
been
I
hot
probably would have
honey.
wondered about it.
Yeah, it wasn't sticky or anything, or had a yellow hue.
Not that I noticed, but I didn't have them pour it in my suit. I figured I could.
Sure.
You took care of yourself, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I was the only one wearing a 5 mil.
You were wearing a 5 mil in the Cayman
5 mil
Islands?
long, yeah, because I learned something on this last trip with you, and then on this trip.
What?
He gets cold.
The Caribbean is not my warm water was temp until like the beginning to like the middle of May or the beginning of June. I want it.
Yeah.
Well,
what was the water temp in Cayman?
I want it to be like.
Well, what was
bathtub
the
at
water
surf-
temp in Cayman? What'd your computer
It was
say?
80 on the surface.
It was
So
80
by
on
the
the
time
surface.
you go down and you're doing 3. I was doing 2 dives in the afternoon and 2 dives in the morning and 2 dives in the afternoon, and
Yeah.
I start getting. For some reason, maybe it's because I lost a little weight, but I'm a lot cold. I get cold quicker.
Well, maybe you got to just find someone to cuddle with.
Well, I'm diving. I'm not cuddling.
Jerry?
I'm sorry. Did you say it was 80 degrees?
Yeah.
Leave me out of this.
Wow.
Well,
I can't imagine.
80 degrees, but when you're in it all day long, it does tend to. It was chilling me out.
He's a wuss.
So instead of wearing a 3 mil.
No, I get it.
I'm gonna have to try this warm water.
By
thing.
the time he gets down, it might be 78.
No.
77.
Wrong.
Plus, you do get colder if you keep diving all day.
Yeah, but if it's 80, which
Well,
I
I'm
bet
telling
you.
That's
I-
right
I
on
had
the
a
edge,
problem
dude.
with
It's
the
a little
temp. It was
chilly
just a
there.
little too cold for me with multiple
We
dives
want
in
it
a
to
day.
be like 84, 85.
If it's 80 at the bottom, I mean,
No, he said the top.
Well, yeah, but this time of year, it's probably 80 at least all the way to the bottom in the Caymans. You're not going to have a thermocline there, and that's fairly warm.
Well,
5 mil,
depends
no
on
way.
how deep you go. Maybe
I just went with a 5 mil because I was cold on the last trip. When I went to Saba St. Kitts, I was really cold.
Everyone's different, Greg.
Nah, Christopher just joined us back from Scuba.tech, and he's going, what, 80 degrees?
I've never had
He
water this
doesn't
warm.
know what that temperature
Yes.
is.
And I always thought 80 would be great for me too. But what I've learned that once you're multiple diving, there's something, it does something to your body and you just can't get warm again.
All right,
Unless-
he just needs some love from someone like Jerry or Barry or someone to cuddle with. Stay warm.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Here comes old Greg. He's a scaly manfish.
He's Greg the Dive Master.
What you doing in my waters?
The show is a disaster.
I got something to show you.
He's Greg the Dive Master.
Hi there.
Master. Dive Master. Dive Master. Dive Master.
I'm old Greg. Pleased to meet you.
I'm Nart. Hello, fishies.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, and I think, I don't know, we probably need to talk about this a little bit more because
What?
Vinny Two Tanks is getting cold. And a 5 mil in the Caribbean. That don't seem right. If the water temp's 80, a 5 mil, really, Vinny?
I had to, because I was freezing on the Saba St. I had to. If they hadn't given me
What
that,
did you wear? Yeah, but you didn't wear a 5 mil.
They gave me 3 mil there, and I was still cold in that. So
Well,
so
it was
when
a
I
little
went to-
cooler then. That was a month earlier.
So when I went to Caymans, the hell with it. I just took my 5 mil and I wore that the whole time.
And you didn't get too warm?
No,
at
I
a
was
5?
still a little on the cold side with that.
Wow. You know what he needs?
A heated rash guard.
Yeah,
I know,
see?
I bought one, but I made the mistake of not keeping the batteries charged, and they died on me.
Oh.
And I can't contact the company. So
Buy another one.
I got to figure out the name of that company that you bought your last one. at,
Venture
'cause
Heat.
I want to order one.
Venture Heat. That's
You know,
it.
we ruined
It's
Vinny.
Venture Heat.
He was
Yeah.
he was our
Adventure
California
Heat.
diver.
Venture Heat. VEN.
Venture Heat. Okay,
yeah,
thank you.
Venture Heat.
Like
.com.
adventure without the ad.
Correct.
No,
Yeah.
it's Venture Heat.
There you go.
Did I
Okay.
get it right that time?
Yeah, thank
All right,
goodness.
good.
Sort of.
Yeah, I need to get one.
Yeah, Christopher Drew, he's a cold water diver up there in the Northeast. So, yeah, have you ever used the rash guard thing? Or you heated rash guards? Or are you diving with a dry suit?
This is all new to me. My diving started with 7 mils for open water, went straight to dry suits with those thicker thin sillets or fleece undergarments.
Yeah.
Really excited to try this warm water thing though. It sounds
Oh,
relaxing.
you'll love
Yeah.
it. You'll never go back.
Board shorts and a T-shirt.
It'll spoil you.
Anything over 80, I'll do that. Now I'll give you this much. If it's like 80 and you're doing like 4 dives, maybe on the 4th dive or like a night dive, you might want to pop on a 3 mil or a shorty or
Yeah, I'll
something.
just wear a
But
3
when it's that warm, I definitely don't need anything when it's above 80. I think, and I didn't use a wetsuit when we were in Saba St. Kitts. I mean, I think in the water temp was 81.
Yeah, I do get cold a little bit more than you.
You think?
Yeah, because I've done some stuff. I forget where we were. Maybe in the Keys. It was a little early in the season.
Yeah.
And I put my 3 mil on, and I was good.
Well, this could be
or maybe no. You know what? I was just a little chilly, not too bad. And you were like, "Yeah, okay."
All right, well, let's just paint a scenario here. Let's say Casey and Vinny are dive buddies. They're in the Caribbean, and
I already don't like where this is going.
Casey's the lead diver, and Vinny's whining about being a little too cold. So Casey can do his part.
Dives by himself, solo dive?
Well, no, they dive in single file, and
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Yeah, and he can just kind of keep the stream alive.
These Venture Heat gear, it's pretty expensive.
The Venture Heat, he's like, screw that noise. I'm buying me a heated rash guard. I'm just saying.
We ruined Vinny. He was our California diver. He was our guy, and
yeah,
then he came out into the warm water. Now he can't go diving in California anymore.
We've spoiled him. We've spoiled
actually,
him.
I am going the next day after the scuba show.
You are.
That's where a lot of the people from the show.
Oh, going to Catalina?
Go across. Remember, that's what.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be way colder
before you almost died.
Yeah, but that's going to be way colder than it was in Cayman.
Yeah, but I'd wear my 5 mil and
But you said you were still cold in a 5 mil and it was 80 degrees.
One little dive at the marine park, which you dove.
Yeah,
it's right there.
But it's going to be like maybe 70 if you're lucky.
Well, I'll have to rough it for like a 30-minute dive just to check out the park. I haven't seen it in many years.
All right. Okay. Christopher, what do you think there, man?
I think Catalina is one of the most beautiful places I've ever dove. You talking about Casino Point?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gorgeous. Did you find the Cousteau plaque? Yeah, it's so nice.
Yeah.
There's nothing prettier than the kelp forest and the neon Garibaldis.
Yeah, that's where Greg got pictures of California bass there.
Yeah, the Black Sea bass.
Yeah.
But it is a bit nipply. I mean, I bet at that time of year it's going to be, if you're lucky, you're going to hit 70. Maybe a little bit above if you're lucky.
Better have a heated rash.
Now we're in my territory.
Oh, yeah. What are the heated rash guards going for, Vinny? You just looked it up.
The one for diving, they listed as $8.99.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's a little pricey.
It's a little pricey, but I mean, they work.
But you know what? I pay it because I don't like because sport's not fun unless you're comfortable.
Well, true.
So
and what I'll tell you, all you need if you do get one of these heated rash guards, you don't have to have a 5 mil. You could go with.
No, I just put a 3 mil over.
Yeah, put a 3 mil, and because all it does, it just it's a rash guard.
I know what you do. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, and it just heats up that film of water that your wetsuit traps, so you can have a lighter
you know
wetsuit.
What? I bet it makes the dives really comfortable.
It works really good.
I want the heat.
Yeah.
The other thing you can do is just buy a polar fleece.
No, that's not the same. Not even close.
You want the heated stuff? Trust me.
Yes.
I want the heated stuff.
Vinny, if you want to justify it, it's for safety. Just say it's for safety.
No,
you're comfortable. You're warm. You're a safer diver.
It's for my comfort.
It's just for his comfort because he's a wuss.
Yeah.
He's a
Why
bigger
should
wuss.
I suffer when there's a solution?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
you want to take a dry suit class with me?
Well, you could do that too.
It
You
just
go to the
costs
dry
money.
suit.
That's all.
Now, see, dry suit's you're gonna end up dropping closer to like $2,000 probably.
Oh, I'm not wearing no dry suit.
Even higher, Chris. You think is what they're going for these days? I don't know.
I think not to endorse one brand in particular, but my Santi Enduro with all the accessories and pass-throughs was almost $3,000, including training. Yeah.
Heated rash guard, here I come. The thing is about
I need a sissy door. So
and I'll tell you, I did the heated rash guard in the Galapagos because I knew it was going to be cold, and I never turned that thing up past the first setting. You got 3, low, medium, high, and we actually got kind of lucky because I think the water temp was like 70, 71. I mean, I was expecting it more to be in the 60s, and it didn't get down that cold. But, and I had a 5 mil. I did bring, did I do a 3 mil? No, I think I did bring a 5 mil. That's right. And, no, I didn't. Maybe I did.
Old age and the mind starts to get
No,
feeble.
you know what? It was a new Bear wetsuit. It was
Greg,
their
have
new.
you worked your puzzles this week?
Quiet. It was one of their new high-tech
and it was
wetsuits.
a 5.
I think it was a 3, actually.
Okay.
And I wore it, but, they have higher ratings now and stuff. But I didn't have to turn this thing on until, usually towards the end of the dive.
There you go. But it worked.
Yeah.
You
It worked great.
Chilled,
but I put it
boom.
on the lowest setting. I never had to charge the batteries all week.
Why don't you
'cause I
stick an
used it so
octopus
little.
on your head? Now keep your head warm.
That's a dumb idea.
No, that's a
How
great
dare
idea.
you?
Put
Yeah,
an
but
octopus
here's
on
the
your
problem. When you guys are talking 3 mil, 5 mil
Yeah.
heated rash guards,
Uh-huh.
when I was in Costa Rica, I took my polar fleece. It was perfectly warm for 2 dives.
Yeah.
I was down at 70 feet, and it was
How cold
zero
was it?
buoyancy.
Yeah.
Zero buoyancy.
But how cold was it then?
It was. I'd say at the bottom, I was probably at about 74, 75.
All right, so spring water kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I could do that for 30 minutes, but that's about it. Sorry. So heated rash guard, dive buddy in front of you with plenty of fluids, or dry
Nope.
suit. Take your pick.
Nope.
I'll go with dry suit.
Okay, there you go. On that note, we're going to wrap it up till next time. Remember,
It's always better, wear gang.
it's all. Okay, you guys do it. See ya. Bye.
On the boat or down below, if you want to stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio.
This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.